Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Cover Wars, the music podcast where we find you the best covers ever of a particular song. I'm your host, aJaX. With me always is Seth. Seth, how's it going?
Going great. How are you?
I can't complain. Took the dog to the vet, got a shot. So he did okay. Uh, with us, we have a very special guest this evening, and that is Demi Constantine from the Saturday Night Network as a collaborator and a contributor, and also 1/3 of the excellent new podcast, Saturday Night Ladies. Demi, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking, aJaX.
Demi, what song will we be covering today on Cover Wars?
Making Believe, originally sung by Kitty Wells.
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
Cover Wars, the podcast where we find you the top 3 covers of our popular song. We pull from a curated playlist of 20 different versions. We reveal our top 5 favorites, then we battle it out in a cover war, where we reveal what we've determined, culminating in the best cover ever of a popular song.
All right, so Kitty Wells, Making Believe. Demi, why did you choose this song? What does it mean to you?
Well, I first heard it from a band I really like. I didn't know it was a cover. It's just a really universal song about unrequited love that surprisingly is adept when it's sung by a man or a woman or in a duet. I want to get ahead of anything here, but it's such a versatile, universal song that you can make it your own in your own style. I just was very surprised by how many covers there was of this song, in addition to what you said, aJaX. And that was a pretty beefy list in the first place.
Yeah, and when you initially, when you told me that this was the song that you're going to choose, at first I confused it with another song at first, and then I'm like, oh, I know this song, and I also remember hearing it first from a great band as well, and then and then I told Seth about it on the show, and he didn't seem familiar with the song either. But Seth, did you recognize the song once you heard it?
So I knew the name, and then I listened to it, and I was like, wait, I don't know this one. And then the chorus kicked in, and I was like, yeah, I know that song. That's a classic.
Right. So, I mean, it just has that classic feel to it, too. Just a great song all around. So, excellent choice. And we've got a lot of covers to go through, but we're going to start out like we always do. We're going to find our top 5 favorites. We're going to list them off in reveal fashion. And then after that, we will give some honorable mentions and give you our top 3 quintessential selections as the best covers ever of Making Believe by Kitty Wells. And if you haven't checked it out already, you can do so by clicking the link below. Check the description and you will find our playlists for the song, our Spotify playlist and the YouTube playlist. And you can play along at home. You can see which cover do you like the best and let us know in the comments. All right, we're going to kick things off with our top 5 favorites right now. And because you're our guest tonight, Demi, what is your number 5?
Okay, so man, there were so many different styles, but I think my number 5 is going to be by Laura Cantrell. Making Believe. I've never heard of her before, but she had a really, just judging by the thumbnail, she was paying homage to Kitty Wells, like in the title card, and I just thought she did a really sweet rendition and kind of made it her own.
Very nice. Yeah, this was actually from an entire album filled with Kitty Wells covers. This is an album called Kitty Wells Dresses, Songs of the Queen of Country Music, released in May of 2011. And yeah, like you said, not a huge household name, just 5,381 monthly listeners. She's a country singer-songwriter and DJ from Nashville, which if you're going to be into country, Nashville is a good place to start. And yeah, I thought it was just a really well-sung tribute of the song, heartfelt. Passionately performing. You can tell she's truly a fan of the music, and that I think that really showed. Seth, what did you think of the Laura Cantrell version?
I thought it was piercing vocals and great feeling. I really enjoyed this one as well. And I have to say, Demi, what an awesome pick for this song. It's just really, it's so different than what we've covered, and it's about time, is what I have to say.
Yeah, we haven't gone old school country yet, so it's It's a different vibe, but it's a necessary one too. So very nice. Seth, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Connie Francis and Hank Williams Jr.
Making believe.
All right, nice. Classic country duo there. And I got to ask, why did you choose this one for your number 5?
I mean, just beautiful. I love that take. It's just something about it is almost haunting almost. The vocals are just heavy, and I really like that.
Yeah, this is from the album Sing Great Favorites, or Connie Francis and Hank Williams Jr. Sing Great Country Favorites. Connie still at 3.4 million monthly listeners. What she's considered a prototype for the pop singer of today, one of the top charting female vocalists of the late 50s and early 60s, amassing over 200 million records sold. And that places her among the best-selling artists in music history, which is crazy to think about. Hank Williams Jr., 4.1 million monthly listeners. He's Bocephus. He fuses rock, blues, and country for his famous and unique style. Demi, I'm interested to hear, what do you think of this version?
I really like it. They're both very talented. It was going to be an honorable mention for me, but yeah, they're just the way they duet. It's just really beautiful. You can tell they're just really good at it. They're really good at harmonizing, and it's just the outcome is just beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I think they complement each other well. I did think that Connie stands out on the track well more than Hank Williams does. I think she's the star of this track, and I don't hate that, because I think when Hank chimes in, it's more of like a subtle nod, and it really provides like a nice little quality to the song overall. I think if he was on it too much, he would have overpowered her a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, her voice is just magical, so love it. Good choice. And are you guys ready for mine? Number 5.
Yes.
All right. Well, mine is also a duet, and this is from Willie Nelson and Brandi Carlile.
You're somebody's love now.
And it's from the album To All the Girls, which, believe it or not, is a compilation released in 2013 filled with duets with ladies in music. Willie Nelson, at 6.8 million monthly listeners, was one of the main figures of outlaw country subgenre that developed in the late 60s. Brandi, sitting at 3.6 million monthly listeners, one of the most beautiful and respected voices in music, singer-songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, just a very special artist all around. While I'm not a huge Willie fan, I am a fan of the Redheaded Stranger episode of Monk. If you know, you know. Willie's signature talky sing voice, it really works here. It's very effective. It doesn't work all the time on all kinds of songs, but here I think it really, really works. And I think that when Brandi's voice comes in, it's just beautiful. She could sing anything, but her voice just kind of shines on this track. And I mean, you're just drawn to the lyrics. The song, it just really, really becomes endearing at that halfway point and never lets up. So interested to hear, Demi, what is your take on the Willie Nelson, Brandi Carlile version?
And this is one of the versions that gave me chills, like literally gave me goosebumps. So it's like, oh, that's a good one, because not all of them did, but a few of them were like gave me goosebumps, and this was one of them. Just the orchestration in the beginning, and the way her voice comes in, and the way she has some personality, because you can kind of tell the people that are singing this, which of them are singing from like a personal well of pain, because it's a very painful song if it rings true for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I could really feel the pain and the beauty of the pain, I guess. I just thought it was a really masterful job.
Nice. And Seth, what did you think of this version?
Honestly, I just thought that true feeling was there, and then that great sound. The guitar was its own vocal, I feel like. It was just well done. Just well done.
Yeah, very nice. And yeah, I almost moved it up, but I'm like, I feel good at it with it at 5. I wanted to make sure it got in the top 5, and I feel like this is a good spot for it on my list anyway. But now we'll be back to you now, Demi, with number 4. What is your number 4?
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think because I've never heard of this person before. I don't think I remember it, but one of the songs you chose was Larry Sparks.
Making believe.
I have no idea who that is. I maybe he's a big name in country. He had a lot of albums, but his version was so pared down, and I think he had some slide guitar in there. This song like really lent itself to different kind of instrumentations. Like some had piano, some had slide guitar, some had rock. Like it's just such a versatile song in the hands of a musician. So I just for this, it was just such a plaintive version almost, but it was very clear and very singular. Just it sounded like he was singing about bygone time, and just it was the one that I think I re-listened to the most out of the list you made.
Wow,
Because it was just so simple and yeah.
Well, this is from the album John Deere Tractor from 2005. Larry Sparks sitting at 64,500 monthly listeners. American bluegrass singer and guitarist. He was the winner of the 2004 and 2005 International Bluegrass Music Association Male Vocalist of the Year award. And yeah, I thought there's just a tender sincerity in his voice. It's I don't know why I thought this at the time, but I thought it would play in the background of an Appalachian set black and white TV show from the 60s. Like, yeah, that sounds about right here.
Yeah.
No, but I really like that fiddle on there too. Seth, what did you think of Larry Sparks' version?
It was a good take. Demi, I have to agree with you. Some of these felt very personal. And some of the vocals were just, like I mentioned before, haunting. Just you could really feel what they were talking about, singing about, and I did like this one.
Nice. All right, Seth, what is your number 4?
We're just coming up with these big names. I've got Emmylou Harris as my number 4.
Nice.
Oof.
All right. Well, Emmylou Harris, this is from the album Luxury Liner, released in 1976. Emmylou had 2.1 million monthly listeners. She's considered one of the leading music artists behind the country rock genre in the 1970s. And then as it progressed later on in the 90s, it was known as Americana. She's also considered a pioneer in Americana, the genre. So what did you like so much about Emmylou's version?
I just thought the vocals were great cutting vocals, great guitar and bass, had a very well overall sound. It just felt very well produced and very heartfelt.
Nice. And Demi, what did you think of Emmylou's version?
I think cutting's a great way to describe her voice. It was just very decisive. Like, this is what I'm feeling now, and I'm going to express it with my beautiful melodic voice. And she has a very powerful voice too. So it's not quite as sad as some of them, because she's sad, but she has so much power in what she's saying that
right.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think the beauty comes through more than the sadness does, but it's just so easy to listen to. I mean, this is one where I just thought had so much replayability. Like you can just keep playing it over and over again, and it never gets old. It's so good. So yeah, I enjoyed that one as well. Are you ready to find out what my number 4 is? Okay, when I first saw this list, without hearing any of them, I thought this was going to be number 1. I'm like, oh, this is going to be my number 1. Because this is the version I first heard, and that is Social Distortion. That's where I have them right here. This is from the album Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell, released in February of 1992. This is where I first heard this track. I didn't know that this was a cover at the time of hearing it. But Social Distortion still had nearly 1 million monthly listeners. From Fullerton, California, they formed in 1978. They're one of the most prolific and influential punk bands of all time. Yeah, I mean, this also wanted me to re-listen to Mike Ness's solo albums that are filled with just beautiful country covers, like Don't Think Twice. That's probably my favorite song he's ever covered. And yeah, I mean, his version of Ring of Fire and the self-titled Social Distortion album, so good too. So he is a country fan through and through, and it's good to see. I mean, I wish more punk artists were country fans, because the influence shines through. I just I wish she would have released more of those solo albums, but this version starts with that slow first verse and then it repeats it up tempo and then the rest of the way through. I like how they stretch it out, how the end of the song they repeat the making believe. I mean, you can tell they really put their own spin on here and make it their own. I also just I loved. Hold on. I hate that I have it at 4, but to be honest, that's where I think it belongs because some of the other versions I just ended up liking more. So, Demi, what did you think of Social Distortion's version?
Oh my God. It's my gateway into the song as well. Yeah, I can say a lot of things about it, but I will save them. It's just like,
Okay.
it's a great pick. It's a great pick. It's a great pick.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, what did you think of Social Distortion's version?
I wrote down fun, cool take as a rock version and great guitar and drums. So I noticed it as well. I wish I was as familiar with it as you guys were, but it's a great take.
Yeah, I just love the guitar too on it. I mean, it's got that Western quality, that Western sound.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite band, Old 97s, can bring forth that Western sound. Love it. So yeah, that's my number 4. So we've got our 5s, we've got our 4s, and now we're gonna go to our 3s. Demi, what is your number 3?
All right, my number 3 is when a band covers a song and that makes the song that they're covering cooler and the band cooler. So my number 3 for sure is Volbeat's version.
It's leaving me on so blue.
Okay, Volbeat, this is from the album Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood, released in August of 2008. Volbeat sitting at 4.4 million monthly listeners. They're a Danish rock band formed in Copenhagen in 2001, and they play a fusion of rock and metal music. Demi, why did you pick them for your number 3?
Oh my God, I think when I got this album, I got momentarily obsessed with Volbeat. I had all their albums. I would listen to them incessantly. I loved them. I saw them live once in a small venue in San Antonio. Oh my God, they're just so great. They have such an original sound. So the lead singer, oh my God, something Paulson, I think. I used to know. But this version, when I heard it on the album, because when we would go buy CDs and this came on, I was like, oh my God, they're covering Social Distortion, because I didn't know that Social Distortion was covering Kitty Wells at that point. So I was like, oh my God, my world just got so much cooler. This band I really love is covering this other band I really love. It's all coming together. I was just so happy in the way they changed tempo midway through the song and like make it more metally and add more guitar and like the beat changes a little bit. It's just, this is the easiest version for me to sing along to, and Social Distortion. I can't sing along with the female singers very well, but Social Distortion and Volbeat, I can do it like 5 times in a row. No problem.
Nice. No, I love to hear that. I mean, yeah, they do have a similar approach to Social Distortion in that they go from that soft loud with the first verse and then the first verse repeating, then going into the second one. So I really like that. I think the big difference is that their slower intro even sounds bigger and louder. And then it's more engaging, and then the low points become powerful as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed this as well too. So Seth, what did you think of the Volbeat version?
Don't hate me. I couldn't connect with this one. I'm so sorry. I felt it strayed a little bit too much from the original, and that I'm not familiar with these rock versions, so I just felt like it just a little too different for me. But usually that's a good thing. But with this one, for some reason, I couldn't connect with it. I apologize.
Oh, Seth, it's okay. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if it's wrong. Just curious though, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is this little known singer, Dolly Parton.
Making believe.
Oh, I've heard of her. She has that theme park, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the only thing she's known for is her theme park, right?
Mix.
Yeah. Very, very good choice here. So Dolly, I'm pretty sure people are familiar with Dolly, but just in case you're not, we'll get into some of her facts here. This version was from way back in 1963. It's been redone and put on all kinds of different compilations. This was 4 years before her debut album and 8 years before her first number 1 hit. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, she was just an unknown at the time, putting out singles. So she is still currently at 16 million monthly listeners, an American music icon, and the current queen of country music, because Kitty Wells was the queen of country music until Dolly. Dolly's career spans 60 years and over 50 albums, a true legend of legends. And why, Seth, did you enjoy this version so much?
To me, it was very nostalgic for some reason. It's even classic. It's just a great sound, country sound. There's something in her vocals that just ate my heart away. I honestly felt like it was her song for a second. Like I just was really taken aback.
Like she was becoming the queen of country music and stealing it from Kitty Wells. Uh, Demi, what did you think of Dolly's version?
Oh my, that's such an interesting response. First of all, Dolly can do no wrong ever because she's Dolly Parton, and that's it. So that's into the discussion. Uh, but I did not know she did this so early. So she was covering this like other bands cover like Iron Man. This was like a starter song for a lot of people, I guess. That's so interesting. Although listening to it, I heard it differently. I mean, her voice is beautiful and it's like liquid rainbows, like it's perfect. But it's almost like, has she ever been cheated on? Like, I don't know if she's been cheated on or not. I couldn't tell. Like,
I don't know if anybody would mess with Dolly.
Like, that's what it almost sounded like, but she made it so pretty. She made it so pretty, and she injected, but she sounded really young singing it. So you're saying she actually was young.
She was back in 63. Yeah.
That's really interesting. So she was young. So maybe she hadn't. Oh, so how do you know how old she was? When was she born?
I'd have to do the math. I'm not sure though.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
I wonder if she'd been old enough to have like I don't know. But it's a beautiful pick. I will never denounce anything with Dolly Parton. So
yeah, I thought the version of the song with the music was very basic, but it has that classic Dolly croon and swoon over it, which laid the groundwork for the original sound that she really solidified over the years. So I just think it holds a beautiful tone over that bass line, and then the piano comes in with the strings. It just really, I think it's got one of my favorite endings of any of the versions of the song. I think it ends really well. But yeah, I thought it was nice as well. So very nice pick there for number 3 there. Seth, are you guys ready for my number 3?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, this is our first match of the evening. And this at number 3, I went to Emmylou Harris.
It's all I can do.
Love this version so much. I thought it was great. This also gets lending support from her backing group, the Hot Band, which is featured notable musicians like Rodney Crowell and Albert Lee. I love the way the song begins, and then it just captures your attention on the first note, never lets go, and it just really highlights the tenderness in Emmylou's voice. Love, love, love this version. That's why I had it at number 3. All right, so going into the number 2s now. At number 2, Demi, what is your number 2?
My number 2, I have to give you full thanks, aJaX. If it wasn't for this podcast and your playlist, I would not know it existed. But it's going to have to go to Ray Charles.
And making believe.
The Ray Charles version with the piano, just launch into why I picked it as number 2.
Well, I'll give you a little more information. This is from the album Modern Sounds on Country and Western Music, Volumes 1 and 2. From 1962, American singer-songwriter and pianist, highly regarded as one of the most iconic and influential musicians of all time, referred to by contemporaries as the genius, still with nearly 10 million monthly listeners. It's the one and only Ray Charles. Demi, why did you like it so much? You had it at number 2.
I was so surprised by everything about it. It had music, it had a piano, it had backing vocals. And Ray Charles sounds honestly broken. Like he sounds so forlorn and so broken and so sad that he has no choice but to put his feelings into music. Like it gave me chills. I was like, well, they're all going to be like this. And they were all really good. but this was like, oh no, this one was special. This was special. So just everything he did with it, he just made it distinctly his own voice, but it was his own pain, whatever it was. It was like almost when he was singing about it, it was kind of similar to another artist in the list, but you got the sense he was singing out something more than just a person. Like it represented a lot more that he lost, whatever he was singing about, and it was just it's just so beautiful. But it was just but it's not sad. Because there's like piano in the background. It's just great pick, and I'm just thank you for putting that in the list. So I had a reason to listen to it, and it's great.
Well, for sure. I mean, again, it's your song, so I only found what was already there. I love this version too. I thought it was the most emotionally driven and passionate version, I believe, and I really, really love he had that old soul quality even at a young age. I mean, this was 1962, so we're talking young Ray, and he sounded like he was in his 60s singing it, but in a good way, like in a really good way. It's like, wow, he's lived a life, but he's young here. So I'm interested, Seth, what did you think of Ray's version?
I thought it was classic, truly amazing vocals, and the instrumentation, like Demi was talking about, was just put it over the top. I mean, it was just such an amazing version. It stands alone, I think, against the others because it's so soulful.
Right, yeah. Good. Okay, Seth, what is your number 2?
aJaX, what were you thinking at number 5? I got Willie Nelson and Brandi Carlile.
And you'll never be mine.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Okay, why did you select him for number 2?
I mean, honestly, I just was blown away by the vibe. Like it was so unique, and that's what I kind of look for on the playlist. And it wasn't like they're singing a song. It was like they're telling a story about loves that got away, and it was just truly emotional. Truly emotional.
Yeah, I mean, I really believe that as far as duets, this was my favorite just because I think that it was perfectly placed. Like, I think Brandi comes in at the perfect time in the song. It's such a beautiful compliment to Willie's that talky sing style that he's got, which doesn't always work. But yeah, here it works really well. So very nice. Got another match going. And are you ready for my number 2?
Got to know.
So speaking of matches, at number 2, I've got the Volbeat version. So, Seth, you said, what were you thinking? My question to you is, what were you thinking? Not having Volbeat in your top 5. I mean, this is... Okay, so let me read my notes here if I can find it. Yeah, I think that the powerful sound, it just comes through here better. I was not expecting to like this version more than Social Distortion's version, even though I had that connection with it. I think the reason why I liked it more was just the heavier sound and the way that even the low tones and the intro to the song comes through at a little louder. I wanted that to be like a little more increased, but it's so good. I just thought it was very impressive. The musicianship all the way through is fantastic, and especially the drumming, that double bass. Oh my goodness, give me some double bass in the song. Love it. I just think this is a great version. So thank you, Jimmy, for turning me on to Volbeat, because I mean, I've heard them on the radio before. I like them, but I've never been like into them, and I don't remember that hearing this version of the song, so I absolutely love it. So that's why it's my number 2. All right, we've got some matches out there, little matches all over the place. But now this is when it gets serious here. This is our number 1. So, Demi, what is your number 1?
Let me just use my visual aid here. You can't see anything. It's Social Distortion. It's Social Distortion. It's Social Distortion. That's it. It's Social Distortion. So
Nice.
my shirt is Social Distortion from a Social Distortion concert where they didn't play that song. But it's Social Distortion just because I love that song, and then I love that album, and then finding out that it was a cover opened up an entirely different world. And I love when music does that, when like gives you like a key, like, oh, here's the key to the kingdom that I've been in all this time. Like, whoa, so many people have covered this song, and it's sad. Like, he was going through a lot of stuff in his life that I related to. When that album came out, like, he was like, always getting into trouble and stuff. I don't know if he actually went to jail, but he was just a rabble rouser and just, fronting the punk movement. He was just doing stuff and had substance abuse. And it was, he's also, I think, singing a little bit more about than just a person. In this
He's
group.
also got the coolest hair in the business.
Yeah. Yeah. So
good old Feldman from Goldfinger even had to say he wishes he had his hairline. So
he still has pretty
it's good
hair.
stuff. he does. Good old Mike Ness. There's the shirt. Yeah. All right. So great number one choice. Obviously, I love the Social Distortion version as well. But yeah, I was too. I guess having them at 4, I feel bad, but at the same time, I love hearing all these different versions. And yeah, Emmylou Harris and Volbeat, and what's going to be my number one. I almost said it there. It's a good thing I did. But I'm just like, wow, there's so many great versions of this. And it's all because of the Social Distortion version that I heard first that I got to hear all these others. So good stuff. All right, Seth, what is your number one?
So, if you know me, how could it be anything other than Ray Charles? I mean,
making believe.
To me, this was the one. And if you know me, like, there's no other pick I'm going to choose other than Ray Charles. I mean, just come on.
Well, I know you, but let's give me a better reason than that. You can't just say, but because we know you. Why? Why is Ray Charles your number one?
The amount of emotion and soul that he put into this, it was like not only did he write the song as what it felt like, but it's like he lived the song, like it was his. He's like sitting down there and going, "I'm going to play the piano and I'm going to sing the crap out of this song. I don't care what you think."
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly spoken. I love it. So Ray Charles is your number one. Are you ready for my number one? Well, if you know me at all, I don't know if you would have even guessed this, but yeah, my number one is also Ray Charles.
That I never lost you.
I just thought it's the most emotionally driven and passionate version. While I typically I don't even love old school sound of like the background vocals in most older songs. Like this, if it wasn't for Ray Charles, just hearing the woo, it reminds me of like all those old Disney cartoons where you're just like, what is the sound? The orchestra, it just sounds, it's got that old timey feel to it. But the second you hear Ray, you're just like, wow. Like, I mean, I have no words for it. You just have to sit in awe at what you're listening to. Like, how is this person singing this well? This is incredible. And I think it just works really well alongside that accompaniment. So when his voice comes in, I forgot all about it, and then the song just takes on a life of its own. It has that country soul that Ray just showcased really well here. He already sounded like he's way later in his career. Like I mentioned, he sounds like a 60-year-old man on this song, but he's like I don't know how old he is, but when he's singing, but this was 62 when this came out. And I just thought it's perfection. This song is perfect. And it just makes me want to go and watch Jamie Foxx become Ray Charles in the movie again. It makes me want to listen to the Ray Charles anthology. It's just so many things. But yeah, this is my number one as well. So we've got a really nice cover war shaping up. But before we get into our cover war, it's time for some honorable mentions now. So we'll run through these real fast here. Demi, starting with number 10, going to number 6, what are some honorables for you?
Merle Haggard for sure. He had a really clear voice. He had some pain. I was like, oh, okay. And I got it. The Brandi Carlile, Willie Nelson version caught me off guard with how much I liked it. I was like, whoa. That was the sound I made. I was like, whoa. And there was one by the Kendalls, I think. That was I think a husband and wife duet.
That song specifically brought the song back into the mainstream. It hit number 80 on the charts, and then it really got the cover train going. It actually that's what convinced Emmylou Harris to cover it, and a couple other artists too. So that Kendall's version, really got the ball rolling. So nice choice there as well.
Wow. I liked Slim Whitman just because I just loved that so many different I guess artist styles covered it, like single male, single female, duet, background vocals, no background. I'm just so impressed with the versatility with which it's covered. And Loretta Lynn, man, she almost made my list. Like that version, I think it's like supposed to be a duet. I don't remember.
Conway Twitty duetted with her as well. Good one too.
It
So
was-
very good choices for your
Thanks.
picks. Seth, what are your 10 through 6 selections?
All right. So I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Lefty Frizzle?
Frizzell.
Frizzell.
Either way, yeah. Okay, what you like about him?
There's something about these vocals. It was classic. It was at first I didn't really care for it that much, and I got to listen to the playlist over and over and over, and I just grew to love this one.
What's your number 9?
My number 9, I hope I can pronounce this one right, is Nicholas Lazurk and Lisbeth Hogue.
Go Niklas Lakusic and Lisbeth Haig. But
Well
yeah,
done.
why'd you like them so much?
So it had a great sound, lovely production. I don't really talk about the production that often. It was just really well produced, and the overall sound of the take was very interesting.
All right. What about number 8?
Another Demi pick, Laura Cantrell.
Very nice. Okay. And what about number 7?
Another Demi pick, Merle Haggard.
All right. So getting some matches on the old honorable side. And number 6?
Another Demi pick, Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty.
All right. Just missed. Just missed. All right. Okay. So good choices there. So my 10 through 6 at number 10, I've got Dolly Parton, to be exact. At number 9, I've got Laura Cantrell as well. And number 8, I've got Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty. My number 7 was also Niklas Lakusic and Lisbeth Haig. Love that. And my number 6 was Merle Haggard. Poor Merle sitting in our honorables. But no, I also agree that version was crystal clear. The way he sung that, I mean, it was really just a great vocal. The production quality on such an older song, too. I'm like, wow. And so it's no wonder Merle Haggard did so well in his country music career. All right, so we've got the cover war now, and I think we're going to be in good shape here on the cover wars. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to decide the 3, 2, 1s. There are some, obviously Ray Charles was on all 3 of our lists, so we'll get to that here in a second. But then we've got a few interesting ones. So Seth had Willie Nelson and Brandi Carlile at 2. I had them at 5. And then we've got Volbeat. So Demi, you have Volbeat at 3. I've got Volbeat at 2. And then Demi, you also have Social Distortion at 1. And I've got them at 4. So because you're our guest and you chose Social D as your number 1, I would choose Social Distortion as our number 2, and then I would put Volbeat at number 3, and then Ray Charles at number 1. But Seth, I gotta hear from you. What do you think?
Yeah, the only ones that give them competition is Emmylou Harris and Willie Nelson and Brandi Carlile, but I don't think it quite matches. So yeah, I think you got it.
Yeah, Emmylou Harris and you had Emmylou at 4, and I had Emmylou at 3. And that makes 7. Willie and Brandi, I had them at 5. You had them at 2. That makes 7. When we're talking Volbeat, Demi had Volbeat at 3. I had him at 2. That's 5. Social Distortion, Demi had him at 1. I had him at 4. That's 5. Ray knocked out of the park 2, 1, and 1. Lower numbers even with all of our ranks in right at the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this. But first, I got to hear from you, Demi. What do you think? Do you approve of number 3, Volbeat, number 2, Social Distortion, and number 1, Ray Charles?
Oh, that's actually my secret list in my head. So,
Oh, well, I think that's a yes. So let's go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I didn't want to bunch up the rocks like 1 and 2. I want it to be more fair to the genres I don't listen to. Because I was with my being impressed, but and I'm loyal to Social Distortion. I was like, I can't do it. But I'm so glad Ray Charles is number 1. That version is just a gift. It's
so good. I agree.
So good.
And I'm the same way. I mean, I felt bad with Social Distortion at 4, but I'm like, oh, I just love these other versions. And I hadn't heard a lot of them at all. And so I think I heard the Emmylou version before, but wow, I loved hearing it again. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and stamp this, make it official. Here are your top 3 versions of the Kitty Wells classic, Making Believe, as covered by the following. At number 3, we've got Volbeat. At number 2, Social Distortion. And the number 1 version of Making Believe by Kitty Wells is Ray Charles. All right, there you have it. Cover war complete. And now we're going to get into some song bio here. This is about Making Believe. The song, this is a country music song written by Jimmy Work. Kitty Wells recorded a chart-topping version in 1955. The song is on many lists of all-time greatest country music songs and has been covered by scores of artists over the past 50 years, as we just touched on more than briefly. The singer-songwriter Jimmy Work released the song as a single in February of 1955 on Dot Records, and it reached number 5 on Billboard's country music jukebox charts. A month later, singer Kitty Wells released the song as a single, which hit number 2 on the country charts and remained there for 15 weeks. Still a record for a song in the runner-up position on the country Billboard charts. The song was blocked from number 1 by the 21-week-long Stay By In the Jailhouse Now by Webb Pierce, which I have heard that song before, but I did not think it would have beat out a great song like Making Believe. I think we're really into that song, I guess. All right. So, Demi, are you ready for your trivia question?
Sure.
Here's the trivia question. In 1955, Kitty Wells released 4 other singles in addition to Making Believe. Of the following 5 songs, which one is not a Kitty Wells song and completely made up by me? A, Whose Shoulder Will You Cry On? B, There's Poison in Your Heart. C, The Lonely Side of Town. D, Another Stolen Moment. Or E, I've Kissed You My Last Time.
I'm going to say Poison in Your Heart is a made up.
No, that's actually a real song by Kitty Wells. The made up one is D, Another Stolen Moment. So there you go. Kitty Wells releasing other songs other than that. Yeah, it's crazy. So good job, though. That was fun. Artist bio now. Let's talk some more about Kitty Wells. She was born Ellen Muriel Deason in Nashville. If you know, you're going to get into country music, Nashville's a good place to be born in. She was born in 1919 and didn't pass away until 2012, lived a nice long life, known professionally as Kitty Wells. She was a pioneer female country music singer. Her 1952 hit recording, It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels, made her the first female country singer to top the U.S. country charts and turned her into the first female country superstar. It Wasn't God Who Made Honky Tonk Angels would also be her first of several pop crossover hits. Wells is the only artist to be awarded top female vocalist for 14 consecutive years. Her chart-topping hits continued until the mid-1960s, paving the way for and inspiring a long list of female country singers who came to prominence in the 1960s. Wells remains as the 6th most successful female vocalist in the history of Billboard country charts. According to historian Joel Whitburn's book, The Top 40 Country Hits, in 1976, she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. In 1991, Wells became the 3rd country music artist after Roy Acuff and Hank Williams, and the 8th woman to receive the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Wells' success and influence on country music garnered her the title Queen of Country Music until Dolly Parton came and dethroned her from that title. But people still call her that. I mean, come on. Do you think it's fair to me? This is kind of just a question I had just now, thought about. Do you think it's fair that there are 2 artists that have the title Queen of Country Music? And who do you think? Is it Kitty Wells? Is it Dolly? Or is it both?
Me? Is this for me?
Yeah, for you. What do you think?
Well, she's like the progenitor. Like she's like the source. Like I knew she was very successful in a man's world, in a man's business in the 50s. And that's when I found that out, I was like shocked. Well, it's like Mariah Carey. I think she's legally the Queen of Christmas. So if it's kind of,
Right.
I don't know if there's any lawsuits involved. I mean, but Dolly's kind of the queen of everything. I mean, I think Kitty Wells can be considered the godmother of country music. Like
There
Ozzy's
you
the
go.
godfather of metal, which is like not saying he
I like
invented
that.
it, although he did, but originate with him. So he's not like the father of it. So she's the
Oh,
godmother.
I like that. I like the godmother title. So yeah, we can still call her the godmother, and then we'll leave Queen to Dolly then. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to give you the TikTok song poll results. This is a question that I pose every week regarding the show that we're about to do. And this show, of course, the Kitty Wells song that is called Making Believe was in the 1950s. Not a lot of people are that familiar with Kitty Wells, though. So I posed the question, what is your favorite song from the 1950s? And we did get some responses, but I'm curious to know, are there any other songs from the 50s, Demi, that you like better than the Kitty Wells song Making Believe, or is that the one?
Well, I don't know about better, but I'm pretty sure I heard Bill Haley and the Comets rocking around the clock and like a compilation, 40 gold album, whatever, infomercial when I was like a kid. And I was like, oh, rock around the clock. Oh, that's what grown-ups do. Like, I want to do that. I want to do that in that song. That I like. Whatever that is,
Perfect
I like
answer.
That. Whatever's going on.
Bill Haley and the Comets. That was actually the first number one rock and roll song. Very nice. Seth, what about you? Are there any other songs from the 1950s that you like?
If I had time to prepare, I could get a list up. But today, I'm going to say Maybelline by Chuck Berry.
Ooh, I like it.
So
speaking of Chuck Berry, my favorite song is rock and roll music. Just stating hey, this is the genre that I am going to just be the pioneer of and throughout all these great songs. So yeah, Chuck Berry, rock and roll music is my selection. Some other ones mentioned on the poll, of course, Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley in the Comets, as Demi mentioned, that was on there. Somebody put anything by Elvis, which, okay, well, some of the songs from the 50s, he had a lot of 50s. Someone also put Last Kiss by Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers and quickly responded, oops, it's from 1961. But then I put, we're a Cover Wars podcast. We respect the Last Kiss was made famous again by Pearl Jam when they covered it for the Greatest Hits album. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good choice, even though it was not in the 50s. Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin, another selection. What's funny is
favorite. That's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Changed it to Mac the Knife.
Oh, yeah.
So Mac the Knife, I remember McDonald's, their ad campaign with Mac Tonight. And the moon, the singing moon.
Yeah.
What's funny about the singing moon is I really think that was a play on Ray Charles, who's our number one for the version of Make Believe by Kitty Wells. And Ray Charles was known for You Got the Right One Baby, his Pepsi
Diet Pepsi
campaign. So we're going, You Got the Right One Baby. I remember seeing that everywhere. So all kinds of great stuff here. Then we've got somebody chose Come Fly With Me by Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, okay, also, this is one I don't even ever remember hearing in a song, but I played it and it's so good. This is a great choice. The Wayward Wind by Goji Grant. If you haven't heard that, I highly recommend it. It's so good. That's one of these I'd never heard. Please, Mr. Postman, Marvelettes, classic. Shake, Rattle, and Roll by Big Joe Turner. Everybody knows that song. And then When Will I Be Loved by the Everly Brothers. A great choice. So that rounds out our what's the best song from the 1950s aside from Kitty Wells, Making Believe. Okay, we're going to get into some lyrics now. Before we do, though, Demi, did you have anything to add about the song?
Well, I found out it was a cover. I knew the Social Distortion version. I loved it. I was visiting my friend in Florida, and we got into his grandmother's car, and there was a tape playing, and it was Making Believe. And I almost had a heart. I'm like, what? What's happening? What song is this? What's going on? What? I was like freaking out. I was like, what? Who is singing this? And they're like, oh, but they just popped it out, and they like, oh, it's Kitty Wells. I'm like, who? What? And it threw my entire universe into disarray. Like, I need to know everything. What's going on? What's going on? I need to know. Oh my God, she was so successful as a female artist in the 50s, and then a punk band covered her. I'm like, everyone just got way cooler. What's going on? And I will never forget that. What is happening? So I just wanted to.
No, that's great to hear that. And that's perfect because that's what happens with cover songs. When you find out that a song is a cover and then you hear the original for the first time, that's what happens. That's what goes through your mind. You're like, wait a second. So there's so many songs today, you know, like I had to tell Carter, this is the most recent version is Anxiety by Doechii. Like I had to tell Carter, I'm like, Carter, you know that Doechii is sampling a very popular song from like 2011 by Gautier and Kimbra called Somebody That I Used to Know. He's like, what? And so I played him that song. He's like, I like the Doechii version better. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's what happens with cover songs. So it's just funny. Even today's generation, it works the same way. So all right. So are you ready for some lyrics now? This is where we recite the lyrics. The song is a melancholy ballad about not getting over a former lover. The singer daydreams that she is still loved by the old flame, even while fully knowing you'll never be mine again. Okay, so here are the lyrics to the original Making Believe by Kitty Wells. Making believe that you still love me. It's leaving me alone and so blue. But I'll always dream, still, I'll never own you. Making believe, it's all I can do. Can't hold you close when you're not with me. You're somebody's love, you'll never be mine. Making believe, I'll spend my lifetime loving you. Making believe that I never lost you. But my happy hours, I find, are so few. My plans for the future will never come true. Making believe, what else can I do? Can't hold you close when you're not with me. You're somebody's love, you'll never be mine. Making believe, I'll spend my lifetime loving you. Making believe. So, Demi, are there any lyrics from that song that really stand out to you, or are there any favorite lyrics that you have in it?
aJaX, first of all.
I feel it.
First
I
of
feel
all,
it.
aJaX. Great
Just wait.
reading, great lyrics.
Just wait. There's a parody coming up, so just wait.
I know. So let me.
For you
Is it sadder? Is it more sad?
Sadder in a sense, maybe. Like,
is it about a dog?
Not a
Did you make it about a
not
dog?
a literal sense. I did not make it about a dog. No, you'll see. It's going to be great.
Great,
I hope.
great. I really look
I
forward
hope.
to crying. That'd be super great.
I don't
Really
think you're going to
speaks-
cry.
The lyrics are still powerful as it's so plain, it's so simple, but it's like
Yes.
it's like a universe. And yeah, aJaX, your read is still like it gave me some chills, just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Great
I
job.
felt that one.
Thank
I felt
you.
that one.
Well, thank
Seth
you,
agrees.
Seth. What any lyrics of Kitty Wells' version here that you liked?
You'll never be mine. Every time I hear that, every single take hit me. I mean, that was like a gut punch.
Yeah, it's crushing. It's like a crushing blow of defeat, but at the same
Yes.
time, there's that acceptance too. So you have defeat and then you have acceptance in the same breath, and you're just like, oh, that's powerful. Like that's a really powerful statement.
Yeah.
I love the "It's all I can do." Making believe it's all I can do. You know, it's just that's more acceptance, but at the same time, it's just like you feel it. And on the Social Distortion version, that's my favorite part that Mike Ness sings. It's the "It's all I can do" part. So very good. I'm not going to give you the title of this. You'll find out the title of this in the very first two words of the song. And I'm going to try not to break here. I'm going to try to harness a really serious. Okay. Here's the parody of Making Believe by Kitty Wells. Raking the leaves in grandmother's garden. Raking the leaves in our backyard. Falling from trees, same time every autumn. Raking the leaves is so very hard. Never came close. There's always a strong breeze. I rake them all up, then they blow back in time. Raking the leaves, I spend all day long, all for you. raking the leaves, raking the leaves into piles we jump into. But then it'd take hours for me to redo my plans to complete this. Will never come true. Raking the leaves, I'll leave them for you. Repurpose as mulch. If you want to, they can be. So rake them all up for a nice compost pile. Raking the leaves, it's such a nice workout. It's fun and cool. Raking the leaves. Okay, there you go. There's raking the leaves. All right.
Excellent.
And it was funny because at first I was racking my brain. I'm like, what can I possibly do with this? Like a couple weeks ago, I'm just thinking about daunting task here. And then I was driving. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, here we go. All right.
We got to notify the Grammys and get that on there real quick.
It's
yeah,
really
right.
cool.
So thank you. We do have one more segment, and that is this. Are there any cover songs that are better than the original Kitty Wells version of Making Believe? I'll go to you first, Demi. Is Social Distortion or Ray Charles version better than Kitty Wells version?
God, I went back and listened to the Kitty Wells version, and it's like really good. And the fact that she's doing it so early in the infancy of women starting to get into rock, or anybody started to get into rock. So I cannot take that godmother status away. What's the question again? What?
So the question is, are any of the covers better than the original?
Well, I don't like that question at all. I'm gonna say yes, just because it kind of gives me an out because Social Distortion is my original. I'm not saying anything bad about anyone. So I don't want to piss off the godmother or the mother of country, depending on your chosen designation.
No, I totally understand why you didn't like the question too, because it is, yeah, it's tough. I mean, because the original it's the classic. It's one of those things you don't want to say it, but in the end, is it? So, yeah, I understand. So, Seth, coming to you next. Are any of the covers better than the original? Did you like Ray Charles' version better?
I'm sorry, but Ray Charles is my favorite. It just nudges us out. I really appreciate the originality of the song. She did an amazing job, but that warmth in Ray Charles's performance is just, you got to, I have to say it.
Yeah, it's so heartfelt, and for me, it's an homage. An homage, if you prefer. Potato. Demi Lovato. I always say Demi Lovato, potato. Sorry. But for me, Kitty Wells provided such a great template for this to be covered, and just to be covered so well. And there's so many different artists that do such justice to it, that Ray Charles version for me is just, it's perfection. Like I said, I can't escape it. It's just so good. And just the way she performed it, carried it through and made it so accessible to these artists. So I thank her so much for that. So, and thank you, Demi, for being on the show. Thank you for bringing this lovely song to us. Let everybody know, where can we find you on the socials?
Yay. Okay. So I'm on the podcast, like you stated earlier, Saturday Night Ladies. We're three ladies, Shari Fresco and Deej Barons. They talk about Saturday Night Live from a lady's point of view. We'll be reviewing this episode coming up tonight that we'll be releasing on a later date. And we're on YouTube, Spotify, we're on iTunes, Spotify, and Blue Sky. Saturday Night Ladies.
All right. Very nice. And Seth, where can the folks find us if they want more Cover Wars?
We are at Cover Wars Podcast on YouTube, Cover Wars on TikTok and Facebook. And you can email us at coverwarspodcast@gmail.com.
Nice. And I did do this backwards, but Seth, would you like to know who's going to be on the show next week? What song we're going to be covering next week?
Of course.
Okay, well, our good friend Ben is going to be on the show with us next week, Ben Smith, and he has chosen an excellent song. Now, Ben is a huge Batman fan, and one could say that he'll probably be a Batman fan forever. So he, of course, chose Kiss from a Rose by Seal. So we're going to be finding you the top cover versions of Kiss. Is it Kiss from a Rose? Yeah, Kiss from a Rose. I always want to say Kiss to a Rose, but it's Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
so that'll be fun to experience as well. So if you're ever out there and you're all alone and you don't know where to go for songs covered by artists other than the original, Seth and I, and sometimes Demi, we've got you covered. Bye, everybody.